Hello, everyone. I will be with you in just a second. Just gotta try to figure out why something on the technical side isn't working, but I'll be with you in just a second. All right, I think we're ready now. All right. Hello, everyone. So, as you can see, first of all, let me say hello to everyone. Hello, Reezy. Actually, let me. Redria. I missed you. Hello, Redria. And let me just reply. There we go. But yes, hello Reezy and yo Beef. How's it going? Hope you all are having a good day at work. And because both of you are lurking, I'm gonna sing the song twice. I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Whoa, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thank you both for lurking. I hope you're having a good day. And Redria, once again, hello. Thank you for tuning in. So we're at a kind of a weird angle right now. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some drawing on my work table, basically. And I got to. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, we're going to be doing some drawing on our work table here, and big shout outs to. Oh, hold on. What is going on here? Big shout outs to my girlfriend's cousin. Y'all know him as a BuddhaBot 87. He provided me with a fantastic phone holder, basically like a phone stand, which is what's allowing us to do this today. Have this weird angle and actually be able to like angle down at the table so that you can see what we're drawing. So big shout outs to him for providing that for us, because he wasn't using it anymore because I think he got a new one. So he was like, hey, if you can use it, go right ahead. And we are. Hey, there he is. There he is. Welcome in, BuddhaBot. Yeah, me too. So we started out with some dropped frames, so hopefully that doesn't continue. But yeah, we're going to start drawing. So I'll show you that this is the paper we're working on. And I'm actually going to cut some of these borders off. But how's everybody doing today? Hope you all are having a fine day. Yeah, we're just gonna get cozy and do some drawing. Y'all get to see me, peep me at an angle that you don't usually see. Living the dream? Fair. that ought to do it. And where did my... Oh, there it is. It's right next to me. Okay, so let me see if I can get this to angle down without causing a huge commotion. Okay. So we got kind of the paper here. Actually, it'd be easier if I stand up and do this, I think, to get it exactly where I want it. What's nice is I can do all this without worrying about my phone just falling apart. And actually what I'm going to do, because we got a little bit of the shadow from the phone and the phone stand. There we go. We got most of the sheet now. It's a stiff bugger? Oh, that's alright. That's alright. I can deal with that. We also have a ring light that I can plug in to give us some cross light so that we don't have to worry about any shadow. So let me plug that in real quick. Y'all get to see how the sausage is made. We're just kind of trial by fire here. Just trying to figure this out. It's quite a more elaborate setup than I'm used to doing, which is good. Hey, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, that gets rid of the light. Okay, let me see if there's a light here that I like better. I like that color. All right. So y'all don't get to see me, you just get to see my hands. So. As I mentioned before, this work is all going to be, this is basically for the solo show that I've been lucky enough to be able to do. So we're going to put a 1/2 inch border, or leave a 1/2 inch of space on each of these. And then just link them up that way. God, I don't know why. I think it's just like nostalgia kicking in, but this song reminds me of Chatham, my hometown, in a big way. Yo, Buddhabot, thank you again for this. This is actually working out exactly like I wanted it to, so thank you very much. Okay. So I think that links up all of them. It's just sitting attached to your desk? Fair. Fair. I feel like there was a smarter way to do this. And I think there was. So let me do that. Okay, so there's a 1/2 inch there. And a 1/2 inch there. You might notice that I'm not a very good Canadian boy. When it comes to measurements and stuff, I I do not use the metric system. I'm very much about the imperial. Okay, so there's one edge. So that's exactly where I need it. I'm going to come across here. There's two edges. Right? That one needs to come in a little bit more. Now you might be asking, Soul, why didn't you have all this ready beforehand? You know, have all this prep ready beforehand. And needs a bit of diffusion. Fair. Where's my thing? And I don't really have anything to put in front of it. Well, I don't know. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, I think the diffusion thing will have to come next time. I can turn down the luminosity of it, so it's a little less intense. But I'm going to have to play around with the light a little bit. But hopefully it's not too bad. It's a bit better? Okay, good. Anyway, you might be wondering why I didn't prep all this before, and that's because that's just not my MO. You know, I need to let y'all in on what we're doing here. Also, I totally didn't completely plan on prepping this beforehand so that you didn't have to see all this, and we could just get right to drawing. But you know, instead did other things. There we go. Okay. So now we got our half-inch border around each of the edges. This is not going to be the first time that we have to erase in the border. The smart thing would be to get some painter's tape or some other type of tape and just tape up the borders, but we're not going to do that. We're just gonna roll with it. And if they aren't pristine, they aren't pristine. I don't need them to be too pristine anyway, so there we go. Okay. So, I'm going to pull up on my computer the reference image that I'm using, which is an image of my dad and his mom and one of his brothers. Because this series, like I said, is dealing with grief. So, what we're doing with this particular, all these charcoal vignettes is in what is the Heritage Gallery of the Station Gallery. What I'm going to do is a whole bunch of charcoal drawings that are like this. This sheet of paper is 10.5 inches by 10.5 inches. And what we're going to be doing is a whole bunch of like little charcoal drawings to highlight the ways that grief can alter our memory and our perception. Sort of like through the window of the various stages of grief, because you know the classic five, right? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But of course there are other there are many other stages of grief. The stages are not linear. You can go back and forth between stages. You can regress. You can progress. You can get stuck on a state. There's lots of people that get stuck on anger or depression. A lot of people get stuck on the denial stage, right? So playing with that idea as well. For instance, one thing I'm going to do with this one is all of the faces are going to be very blurry. Because some of the stages of grief are loss of your sense of self, loss of faith, questioning, fear, apathy, and sort of disassociation. So one of the things I'm going to do with this particular one is basically just blurring everyone's faces. Now, my dad is still alive. But in this particular image, he is the only one of the three that's still alive. But I'm still going to blur his face too, because I kind of want this to be... Not all of these images that I'm going to be doing with all these charcoal drawings are going to be images of my family. They're going to be taken from different reference photos of other people, sort of building my own people. A good number of them will be based on photos that I have of my family and photos that I take of myself, to sort of build a drawing around. And a number of them are going to be distorted in some way, to sort of play with how, again, grief distorts our perception of memory. But I also kind of want people to be able to project their selves into these scenes as well, to a certain extent. So that's why we are sort of distorting it the way that we are with making everyone blurry in this particular instance. So. Ooh, taking cough meds and getting dinner. Ah, well, I'm sorry that you have a cough, but hopefully the cough... hopefully your cough gets better. And dinner sounds... I hope dinner's delicious. Also, this is bound to be less sloppy than my comics. Hey, I wouldn't count on that. I would not count on that. But we'll try. We'll try. All right. So, actually, I might make the whole thing blurry. Because why not? Yeah, let's make the whole thing blurry. So let's just add just a blur through the whole image. Now, one thing that's going to be very interesting, well, I find it interesting, you all may not, but what I do when I'm working off of reference images is, because the brain likes to play tricks on you and your brain likes to pretend like it knows what a face looks like, right? And how all that works. Your brain likes to fill in the blanks for you. So if you're doing a super highly realistic image, whether it's charcoal or painting, one technique that I use is whatever reference image I'm using, I turn it upside down. That way, obviously your brain knows that you're drawing faces. But at the same time, all it's really drawing is shapes, right? If you're working from an image, all you're drawing is shapes. You're not actually drawing faces. And then when you turn the image back around, hopefully you'll actually have a face, and it'll look more like the person that you're drawing than if you were trying to draw them the right way around. So I'm going to be drawing this upside down. And again, this is going to be like blurry, so it'll be a little bit different for you all. But you'll be able to like make out that there's actual like faces going on, Okay, so let me flip this image around and let me catch up on chat in case anybody's... Oh, thank you for the glug glug. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So let me just do that and that. And we're going to drag this over. I'm going to angle this more toward me. Okay. The camera's going to shake a little bit, but that can't really be helped. Maybe next time I'll attach this to another desk or something, or another like table, so that the camera doesn't shake that much. But for the time being, it's going to be a little bit shaky. Again, because this is all going to be blurry, you're not really going to get a whole lot of definition in terms of you're more so just going to get like eye sockets and stuff. And then we just have a whole bunch of just darkness down here. It's all a blur and so unclear. Well, I don't know, but I can't be wrong. This fight is not for anybody. This is purely for myself. There is no way I'm going to give up till the very end. I can't tell what is wrong and what is right. I've got to find the answer, but until I do, there's no way I'll ever give up. Place all your bets on the one you think is right. Hey, Chitanda, how are you? Those are some of the lyrics to the song It Doesn't Matter from Sonic Adventure. Ah, fair. How you doing? I'm glad you clarified. I mean, I figured they were song lyrics, but I wasn't sure which ones they were. But, very fitting. Very fitting song lyrics. But I hope you're having a good day. I saw the title, and it said it's all a blur, and that part of the song came to mind. Ah, fair. Also, I'm glad it's been an okay day sometimes isn't always the greatest, but I'm glad it wasn't a bad day. And I'm glad you're here with us. Okay, so what do we got going on over here? It would have been a good day if it wasn't for our washing machine breaking. Ah, dang. I'm sorry to hear that. That's very, very annoying. I hope if you guys have a landlord that they take care of that kind of stuff, and that they're good with taking care of that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's definitely a pain. We haven't had our washing machine break yet, I don't think, but we've had our dryer break, which is definitely annoying too. Yeah, that definitely sucks. Let me see how I'm doing here. Yeah, not bad. Okay. I mean, this is all going to be blurry anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's too off. So what I'm drawing is one of the charcoal vignettes that are going to be in part of the solo show. The whole point to these vignettes is kind of an exploration of the way that grief distorts our perception of memory. So basically this part of the show is going to be a whole bunch of charcoal drawings that are supposed to almost be like photos, basically. Except a large amount of the photos are going to be distorted in one way or another. So this particular photo is a photo of my dad, my grandmother, his mom, and then one of my uncles over here. But they're all going to be very, very blurred out. The solo show, exactly. I like that. I should advertise it that way. But yeah, so this is going to fall into the category. Also, these drawings are going to be kind of framed within the idea of the stages of grief and how those stages can play with our memory as well. So, for instance, this particular piece will probably fit in. the depression stage, because, apathy can kind of like, when you're depressed, like things become a blur. Like your feelings are muted, your feelings are numbed, and everything can be kind of just kind of muted and numb, which certainly happens when you're dealing with grief. And so yeah, this photo is going to be kind of blurred out that way. Yeah. Hey, Nat, thank you for the glug glug. I'm going to have to get more water soon. Thank you. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. It's good to see you. It's good to see all y'all. Also, as I mentioned at the top, the reference image that I'm using, I actually have turned upside down. So basically all I see right now are shapes rather than faces. And obviously my brain can put together that they are faces. Even if they're blurred out, they are faces. However, I'm not bogged down trying to draw faces that I clearly recognize. Since I know all three of the people in this photo. But I'm not trying to get their faces exactly or anything like that. I'm just focused on capturing these shapes. Doing okay, having an entire box of mac and cheese for dinner. So right now I'm great. Nice. Mac and cheese is good. Oh, thanks, Nat. Yeah. Oh, you guys are having mac and cheese for dinner too. Nice. It has been a long time since I've had some craft dinner, I must say. Yeah, it's a technique that I think I heard about online when I was still in university. They were like, hey, are you struggling with trying to draw faces and especially people you recognize and them not turning out exactly what... if you're working from a reference image, turn it upside down. Because then you're not really drawing their face, you're just drawing the shapes that your brain... See, because I also had a teacher, Mrs. Snyder. She was my favorite teacher. She was my art teacher in high school. And we would have drawing from life sessions. And she always said, draw what you see, not what you think you see. Because your brain will play tricks on you and be like, I know what that person looks like. And you just start drawing from memory, even though that person's standing right in front of you. And it turns out that you actually don't know what they look like at all. Because your brain starts filling in blanks when it doesn't really need to. And lo and behold, that person doesn't look anything like they actually do. So, you have to really, if you're working from life, you have to really pay attention to what it is that you're drawing. So that you don't just start drawing what you think you see. Because your brain will do that. Because your brain is lazy. Everybody's brain's lazy like that. It doesn't want to do more work than it needs to. So it will just fill in blanks. Oh, you had some chicken too. Nice. Did you put the chicken in the mac and cheese? Because I feel like that would be tasty. Then again, I'm a fan of adding chicken to just about everything, so... It's just oven-cooked pieces of chicken? Oh, that's alright. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, this photo, like I said, is going to be all blurred out. So I'm not too hung up on making sure that every single detail is right. More so on just getting general shapes down. Because when we put in the charcoal, when we get to that stage, we'll be able to sort of fill in the shadows, and then everything will just kind of look generally blurred, and that's what we're going for. And again, a lot of these distortions are going to be so that, like I mentioned before, so that people can more easily project themselves into these images and their family members. Because like a lot of these images are going to be images from my real life, but I'm going to distort them in such a way that anyone could like picture themselves in it, right? Because grief is universal. And like I said, the two of the three people in this image have unfortunately passed away. My grandmother passed away when I was like 4 years old, I think. And my Uncle Rick passed away not too, like, I think 2018. So more recent. Thankfully, my dad's still around. But, you know. Also, not all of these images are, like, this is a very happy image. Like, they're all smiling and happy. My dad was probably, like, 18 or 19 in this photo. So, you know, still pretty young. Whole life ahead of him and all that. So some of these are going to be good times, you know. Some of the images are going to reflect more solemn times. Like, my plan is to have a picture of a... Again, I don't want the whole series on grief, because you can grieve a lot of different things, right? So I don't want to be like death centric, but there is going to be an image of a coffin, but it's going to be distorted in such a way as well, like just a coffin sitting in the room waiting for, like, you know, the funeral room is empty, and it's just that, but like it's going to be distorted in some way, you know. I need to start doing art again. I stopped for a while. Oh, I'm sorry, Chitanda. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, Chitanda also, like, I can understand kind of falling away from art. I mean, you've been busy. And sometimes life gets in the way of creation. And in your case, rightfully so, you were busy moving. And even if, like, you had stopped kind of like creating things for a little bit even before you moved, well, still life gets busy, and you know, that happens. There's no shame in that. Recognizing that you miss doing it and you want to get back into it is half the battle, you know. There we go. Oh, also, I should mention now, I mean, I'll mention it at the end of the stream also, but tomorrow's stream might start a little bit later than usual, just because my car is currently in the shop, and I need to go, I'll probably need to go get it tomorrow, like right after work. Or not right after work. I'm going to go get it right around the same time that my girlfriend goes to her dragon boat practice. Which will be around 5, so I should be back in time for the stream to start on time, but also may not. So, we'll stay tuned for that. Okay, so that's 2 of the figures down. A lot of my dad, like, he's kind of like in shadow in this piece, so... let me just turn this around and see how we're doing. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I still never finished my last art piece. The great thing about non-finished art pieces is that you can always finish them. There's no timetable. So whenever you feel like you have the chance to, or you have the inclination to, you can always go back to it. Okay. And there is a little bit of a light coming here. Same with here. So that needs to be higher. I lied. Again, draw what you see, not what you think you see. There's a lot of darkness over here because there's a tree back here. Watching the process is fascinating. Ah, thank you, Redria. I'm glad you think so. Hey. Oh, I didn't see who that was. My alert. My alert box isn't. I missed what that was. Well, oops, didn't mean to follow. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate that. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that your name didn't pop up on the screen. I forgot that I put my my camera input over top of everything. So it's all good. Well, yeah. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you? Oh, you know what? I need to plug in my computer. Hold on. Hold that thought. There we go. But yes, welcome in. As Chitanda said, welcome in. Hope you enjoy your stay in our little community here. Oh, I'm doing well, thanks. I'm doing well. We're just doing some charcoal drawing today. Which, I mean, we're starting out with pencil, but eventually, actually fairly soon, we're going to be getting the old charcoal out. Oh, you're new to drawing. Nice, nice. How long have you been drawing for? Also, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Okay, let's see how this looks. Looking pretty good. I am going to do this face a little more. I'm gonna go back and do this again. Oh, 4 weeks now. Nice, nice, nice. Getting much better every week. That's good. That's good. That's important. You know, staying with it. Because that's really how you get better at anything, right? So that's awesome. What kind of stuff do you draw? And what's your preferred choice of material to draw with? Do I have tips for sketching? Honestly, for sketching, it depends on what you're sketching. For people, there's a lot of online anatomy. If you're interested in sketching people, there's a lot of online resources for that. As a matter of fact, let me pop some of those in the chat, because I sent them to another streamer not too long ago. This can also apply to anime things. You can use these same principles for anime things. So let me just see if I can find this. Ah, what happened here? Get back here. Okay. So I'm just gonna post all these in the chat, basically. Oh, no problem. No need to apologize for that at all. Not at all. Actually, let me just grab all of these one by one. I'm always glad to help someone out. That was a weird way to say that. I'm always willing to help someone out if they ask a question, you know? Okay, so there's the first one. This one's more on shading. Yes, I'm a big believer in that too, Redria. References are key. Also, honestly, just the biggest thing I find with people with sketching is have fun with it. A lot of people don't have fun with sketching because sketches, it's obviously practice, but you can be as fast and loose with it as you want. You can be as technical with it as you want. You can have all sorts of fun with it. So just have fun with the sketching, you know. There we go. So those are the references that I have. There's not many, but they can kind of lead you to other references and other resources as well. So there we go. I should have a command for references and stuff. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Always happy to help. Okay. Oh, did that start playing and then it's like, are you still here? Yes, I'm still here. But yeah, like Redria said, you know, find as many references as you can and then just draw from those. They're very, very helpful. Okay, let's see how that looks right way around. That looks better. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, let's see what else can we do here. Now that I have the faces down, I can actually turn this back around and kind of clean things up just a little bit. Not anything too drastic, but just kind of start cleaning things up just a tad. I mean, it's all going to be blurry anyway, right? So, here we go. Okay. So, now we can start filling stuff in. So let me see if I can... I've got my trusty charcoal bag full of just a whole bunch of charcoal products. We got small smudge sticks. We've got large ones. We've got some medium-sized ones. But what I really want right now is one of my charcoal pencils. There we go. There it is. I'm going to sharpen that. Also, sorry if any of you are hand streamed. Yeah. How's it going, Trip? How's your morning been so far? I imagine you just got up, or at least not too long ago. All right. Just woke up. Nice, nice. Okay. So let me jump back in here. Where do we want to start? I think we want to start down here. Let me get an actual stick of charcoal for some of these larger areas. Make it go a little faster. Because we got a lot of ground to cover in terms of what's being left in the dark, so to speak. Now, there's a lot of purists that will tell you, do you often draw horizontally? Because I usually see you painting and drawing on the wall. Actually, when I draw, I much prefer drawing horizontally. I only would draw on the wall because I didn't really have the setup to be able to do this horizontally. But thankfully, these pieces that we're working on are very small. They're only 10.5 by 10.5 inches, so they can fit on my little table here. Otherwise, we'd be doing these on the wall. But yeah, actually, I very much prefer drawing flat. I just realized I forgot one of the most important tools that I use when it comes to charcoal drawing, and that's a compressed air canister to get rid of excess charcoal. And also to get rid of what do you call it? Any sort of eraser marks. Gonna lurk for now. Have a good night, soul, and chat. Hey, thanks, Chatonda. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good to see you. And, of course, because you're lurking, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thank you for the lurk. I really appreciate you being in here. This is that moment where I realized that this may not be the best paper to actually do this with. But it's too late to turn back now with this particular piece. So we're just going to press on. I'm just realizing that the charcoal is actually pulling up the paper. Which sometimes happens. Sometimes you get a material and you realize that it's not the greatest, you know. But we'll do what we can with this, and if we need to, we will switch the paper that we use. Won't be the first time. Every now and then I get a chance to actually look at my phone. Wow, lots of progress. Yeah. Exactly, lemon with lemonade. Now, with the case of this paper, like if it keeps pulling up like this, like I'm not going to be able to use this for my purpose, so we'll have to use different paper. But for now, we'll just use this one. And then the next time we get together, I might just do a sneaky little switch. So it'll be the same drawing, it'll just be on a different bit of paper. And I'll be like, see? It turned out being fine. Nah, I wouldn't lie to y'all like that. If we have to switch paper, we have to switch paper. And I'm leaning toward we're going to have to switch paper, but that's okay. Lemonade with lemon. I knew what you were talking about, though, Trip. Don't worry. Your statement was perfectly legible to me. Okay. Just gonna sharpen this. Just a tad. And get back to it. The nice thing about doing the pencil first is it kind of lays down a roadmap, and then from there, you're more or less just kind of sort of coloring by number, basically. We're coming up toward the end here, so what I really want to do is I want to at least get the faces done before we call it a day. Just to show you what I mean by my technique of color by number. Yeah, this paper is not great. But at the very least, don't waste your time, do it now. That's alright. Yikes, yeah, that's pulling up a lot of paper. That's alright. I mean, it's not alright, but nothing I can do about it. At this point. Also, one of the most important things you can get when it comes to stuff like this is... Where did I put it? Basically, because you can get charcoal all over the place. Getting a spare piece of paper to kind of protect the areas that you've already done. Yeah, this paper does not want to... This paper doesn't even want to blend. Doesn't even want to let me blend. Oh well, sometimes you learn the hard way. What a material wants to let you do. Also, I can't really complain. At my previous job, they sold this paper and they were going to get rid of all of it. All of this particular brand. they were just going to chuck it, and I was like, well, I'll take it. So all of this was free. And I wish I could use it for this project, but I'm going to have to use other paper. Would have been nice, though. Because, yeah, it's not blending the way I want. It's not... it's not behaving the way I want. But, like I said, sometimes you learn these things in the process of doing it, you know? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. My grandmother's face, half of it is like almost completely in shadow, which makes doing this part pretty easy. Same with my uncle's face, actually. Come over here, we'll finish this off. So like I said, I want to at least get their faces done so I can show you all how my technique worked of drawing them upside down and then filling them in upside down. And then I guess y'all are kind of seeing in real time though, because it's right side up for you. It's not perfect, but it's a close enough semblance of what I mean when with this technique, where you draw things upside down and they don't quite look like faces, and then you turn it right side up and it's like, oh, those were faces. There's also going to be a lot of these charcoal vignettes, like a lot of them. I'm thinking like probably upwards of 50 that I'm going to be doing. Yeah, this paper is not the best, I must say, but it was free. I'll just have to use them for something else. I mean, I'll probably use them for the speed paint redeems and stuff, because I can paint on this stuff. Okay, let me turn this around, see how we're doing. Yeah, so it's not perfect, but you can kind of see the semblance of faces here. like I said, not exactly perfect, but I don't want, I mean, this was going to be blurry anyway. Like a blurry memory. So it didn't have to be perfect, but you can see here, like there's her eye and her forehead, and you can kind of see up around her mouth, like where that would be. And you can see with my uncle, like he's probably wearing glasses. This would be shaded in more if the paper was a better constitution, instead of just ripping away on me. Where you'd be able to make out that he's not just like wearing a scarf, it's just his face is in shadow. And then there's more light on my dad's face. But that's kind of the technique we're going for with this one, where everything's blurry. And again, it would look a little bit better if these were actually blending the way I wanted them to. But hey, at the very least, you can kind of get an idea of what I'm going for with these pieces. Yeah. So let me throw these back into my little bag here, because it is about that time. Unfortunately, on Mondays we do end a little bit earlier, which actually isn't so bad, because I do probably have to run out and buy more paper, because I do have a bunch of these to do. So, and I want to submit a few images for like by Wednesday, because they do want to start like doing some like promotional posts about it. So, but yeah, that's my charcoal process in a nutshell. So yeah, let me move this camera up, move this light away. Let's see if I can put this camera on me without being too crazy with it. There we go. Yeah, I think that does it. Cool. All right. Well, thank you all for hanging out with me and watching how we do stuff like this. I'm encouraged by how this is turning out so far. Like, the paper is kind of letting me down, but this is kind of a proof of concept that I'm on the right track with what I want to do with the charcoal. So, yeah, thanks y'all for... What is going on with my hair? Also, I just got charcoal on my face. There we go. All right. But yeah, thanks y'all for coming up. Hey, Crystal, thank you. There's no need to apologize for lurking. You never need to apologize for lurking. I appreciate it. All right. So, yeah, we're going to go find somebody to raid. But before I do, just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out and watching what we do here. But yeah, BuddhaBot, thank you once again, BuddhaBot, for the actual phone stand, so that we can actually do stuff like this now. And thank you for the glug glug, and Nat, thank you for the glug glug. Oops, didn't mean to follow. Thank you for the follow. It's a great name. I love it. And yeah, if you have any more questions about art stuff, feel free to shoot me a whisper, or because I know you had mentioned that you were just getting into drawing. So yeah, and also feel free to anytime, like we're live, like just shoot a question in the chat. We're all a pretty friendly bunch here, I think. But yes, thank you very much for that. Let's go find somebody to follow, and I'm going to use my left hand because there's not very much charcoal on that. There's a good amount of charcoal on my right hand, so we're not going to use that. All right, let's go back to Twitch and see who's doing what. Okay, you know what? There's no one doing any art stuff, but that's okay. Now, full disclosure, if y'all don't like spooky games, don't feel obligated to follow the raid. But if you do, friend of the channel, Nat again, is doing Phasmophobia. So we're gonna go raid. We're gonna go raid Nat. Raid. Because I like me some Phasmophobia. And I will be in a little bit because I am gonna go get some more paper. So I'm gonna sort of raid and kind of run, but then I will be back. But yeah, once again, thank you everybody for coming on in. I really do appreciate it. And next time we get together will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. We're going to be playing some more Paper Mario, progressing some more in Chapter 6. And then the next art stream will be Thursday, where we'll probably be doing some more of this stuff, you know. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever that entails. And we'll catch you in the next one. All right. Bye, everybody. Let me try not to mess up my scenes here. There we go. All right. Bye, everyone.